Celtic get revenge against Bundesliga opposition as they not only defeat RB Leipzig, but they absolutely destroy them at Celtic Park to make it 3 wins in a row at home in the Champions League. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It finished Celtic 3, Red Bull Leipzig 1, and a prediction that I don't think anybody seen coming. But the best team in Scotland have defeated the second best team in Germany. And to be honest, they done it rather easily. They done it without breaking a sweat, and it could have been more. This wasn't a game where Celtic were lucky or fortunate or anything like that. In fact, they were probably unlucky not to win by more than just the 2 goals. RB Leipzig, very disappointed with them, but I think it was a combination of them not being able to play and Celtic not letting them play. So yeah, let's give Celtic a lot of credit here. I know a lot of people will say that Leipzig looked poor tonight, and they did, but Celtic looked amazing, so we got to give them credit, and this is a fantastic result. One of the best results I think that we've seen from a Scottish side in the Champions League in decades. I can't think of a better result in the Champions League than this in a long, long time. We're talking probably close to 20 years since we've seen a result this good. So Celtic defeating Leipzig. It leaves them now sitting with 7 points after 4 games. Practically got 1 foot now in the next round. With 4 games left to play, it would be pretty impossible to not see Celtic qualify now. I just don't see how they throw it away. They've still got 2 home games to go against pretty weak opposition. And at this point, I believe that Celtic will probably finish closer to the top 8 than they will the elimination places. So, yeah, fantastic. Celtic win the night at home. Started the game pretty well, so we'll get into it. Had a really good chance early on. Could have went 1-0 up here. I thought Leipzig were on the ropes and Celtic really started the game strongly. We got about 10 minutes into the game and then Leipzig started to get into it a little bit more. And there was probably a period, I would say, from maybe the 15th minute to the half an hour mark where Red Bull Leipzig were on the up. They did look the superior team. They did get their goal from Baumgartner. And at this point, you're thinking, all right, RB Leipzig are in front. You kind of feel the worst for Celtic. But the longer the game went on, we got to about the half an hour mark, and then Celtic just came into it a lot more. Nicholas Kuhn, who was fantastic all night, got Celtic level with a fantastic goal, edge of the box, just curls it in to the left-hand corner on his left foot, in off the post. Fantastic goal. I've seen some debate. People are saying, did he mean it? Did he cross it? Did he shoot? Of course he shot. I think it's clearly obvious this is a shot. There was nobody to cross it to anyway. How would this be a cross? And the interviewer asked him after the game, was it a shot or a cross? And Kuhn went, well, it's a shot. I mean, I don't know why people thought this was a cross. It was a great goal from Nicholas Kuhn, and what a player he has been for Celtic this season. Last season he came in, didn't really like the look of him, thought, you know what, a couple of £1 million, it's wasted. I felt Celtic could have used it in better areas to improve the team. I didn't think that bringing in a winger who didn't appear to be much better or any better than what Celtic currently already had, you know, it looked like a waste of a few £1 million, but given the benefit of the doubt, apparently last year he was struggling with a medical condition. I think he had issues with his teeth as well, which were causing him to lose weight and affect his performances. So, yeah, this season Nicholas Kuhn has been a fantastic player. I believe Ryan McGinley posted on Twitter that £10 million would not be enough to get Kuhn, and that clubs wanting him would be having to pay closer to 40 million. And Big Stevie Cool showed me this earlier, and we kind of looked at it. We had a little bit of a laugh. Went, Kuhn 40 million, not a chance. But I mean, based on tonight's performance, it was a £40 million performance, no doubt about it. Kuhn got 2 goals, could have got a hat-trick, and for me, was undoubtedly man of the match. But he got Celtic back into the game, and then from that point onwards, to the end of the end of the first half, I mean, Celtic were the better side, and they got the reward. A Greg Taylor cross in, or ball in from the left-hand side, and the Leipzig defending wasn't great. Kuhn's there on his own, he taps it in. It's a decent finish for Kuhn. I think the defending has to be better, but Celtic were really good at opening up Leipzig in this game, and they just looked like a better quality. They didn't look like a Scottish team, and I think that's probably the best compliment you can pay Celtic. They didn't look like a Scottish side in this game. They looked too good to be a team for Scotland. And I know there was a lot of talk from the RB Leipzig camp that they were going to turn up tonight and win this game easy. There was a lot of talk that they had to win after losing their first 3 Champions League games, and tonight was a must-win for them. But apparently the German media wasn't worried because of the 7-1 against Dortmund. That result, they felt like RB Leipzig were going to turn up tonight and win this game comfortably. But first of all, Celtic against Dortmund, it was a bad night for Celtic, but it was a one-off. Celtic aren't a team that's going to lose 7-1 every single game, all right? They're too good for that. Secondly, Celtic at Celtic Park are a different animal to what they are away from home. So if Leipzig thought they were going to turn up tonight and win like 7-1 or something close to that, then yeah, that's their fault. You know, that's delusional on their behalf. So it is what it is. I think we have Big Stevie Cool though. Let's see if we can patch him through here. Let me just see. What's he got to say? Big Stevie Cool's on the line. I think he's just watched Celtic defeat RB Leipzig by 3-1. What have you got to say?
Big Stevie Cool is here with an echo, but I tell you what.
Hold on, get your audio fixed, man. Every time you speak, it's shite. Fishbowl, the fishbowl effect. Well, I tell you what, Celtic took Leipzig into the deep waters tonight, and they drowned them.
Well, they did, and I tell you what, they rightfully deserved it. It's not like the Atlanta game where Atlanta deserved to win. Celtic deserved to beat Leipzig today, and there's no two ways about it.
Well, appreciate you for stating the obvious, sir.
Aye, well, I think we're talking about a team that's sitting second in the Bundesliga. You've got to give Celtic credit.
No, you do. So we're at half-time. Kuhn ran the show in the first half, got the 2 goals, gave Celtic a 2-1 lead at the break. Man of the match performance for me, hands down. Probably could have had more goals tonight. Everyone was ranting and raving about McGregor, but people need to give Kuhn his flowers because I thought he was head and shoulders above anybody else in a green and white shirt tonight, or anybody in a Leipzig shirt for that matter. He looked different quality. Already spoke about how earlier we seen a tweet of how he was worth 40 million and we laughed at it. Well, tonight I think he put in a £40 million performance.
Well, he did. I mean, people are debating whether or not he meant the shot or was it a cross. Doesn't really matter. 2 Champions League goals, great performance.
Well, I've already spoke about that. For me, it's definitely a shot. I mean, who's he crossing to? Why would you be crossing for that area of the pitch? It's too perfectly placed in the corner. That's not a cross.
No, yeah, I think it's a shot, but people on Twitter and all that good stuff think it's a cross. But what I would say is
all that good stuff, aka follow. Rangers forums.
How about this for a fact? Celtic conceding first in their last 27 out of 28 Champions League games have lost. And they turned that around tonight to make it 27 out of 29.
Damn, that's an absolute stinker of a stat, by the way.
That's the sort of stat where if you bet Leipzig tonight, you'd want to tan your wrists.
Oh, and who stuck £100 on Leipzig tonight? That would be us.
That would be us, and we bet them in Donald Trump.
Well, let's hope the second part of that bet doesn't fucking lose tonight. But yeah, so we go into the break at half-time. Celtic, I think, deserved their lead. Like I said, Leipzig had that 15-minute period where they looked like they had the potential to maybe get a couple of goals. And, I mean, Schmeichel did make a good save, and there was a shot narrowly wide at that point when Leipzig already had their 1-0 lead. If Leipzig went maybe 2-0 up at that point in the game, it could have turned out to be a totally different match, but they didn't take that chance. And, I mean, after about the half an hour mark, Celtic ended the half the better team, and in the second half, I mean, it was all Celtic, really. I'm struggling off the top of my head to really recall that many RB Leipzig opportunities. There was one really good chance, I think, from Baumgartner, where Kasper Schmeichel got down low and made the save. Baumgartner did well in the second half to chest it down, and he volleys it on the left foot, and it was a decent save from Schmeichel. But other than that, I don't really recall any clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities for Leipzig.
No, there wasn't, and I think in terms of Leipzig, they were poor, but I think Celtic made them poor with the high press. We've seen that for the second goal, I believe.
The press was phenomenal. I just wait
I'm
to.
not the slander though. The only reason they beat them because Leipzig were poor. Celtic made them poor.
No, I agree with that. I don't think Celtic looked like a Scottish team tonight.
Well, they haven't looked like a Scottish team for a long time, to be fair.
So, Celtic again, second half, they had chances. Kyogo had... what about the chance for Dyson Maida, by the way, in the first half? Kuhn plays it through, outside of the boot. Maida onside level, and then he just totally fires a shot over the bar. That was a phenomenal pass for Kuhn, and that could have been another goal as well. It was Celtic with all the really good opportunities, and Leipzig were pretty much feeding on scraps.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's it, though. I mean, Leipzig, normally in these games, I could have went either way, but I think Celtic could have easily won this by about 5.
I don't think 4-5-1 would have flattered Celtic at all.
No, there was loads of opportunities, and it's not like Schmeichel, it's not like the Atalanta game where he was making saves and trusting skills were phenomenal. I mean, Leipzig didn't deserve to lead, and they deserved to get beat.
I think probably the best compliment you can pay Celtic was tonight, the Vickers and Trusty weren't that great because they didn't need to be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that. I thought, Sesko was kept quiet. A few other Leipzig players. I mean, the Baumgartner I thought was alright, but overall, I mean, the team that's second in the Bundesliga are getting schooled. Normally,
if Celtic are going to pull off a win like this, you feel like the defence is going to have to be at the absolute top of their game, but I mean, Celtic were in control of this game. The defence didn't really have that much to do.
No, absolutely. But my closing thoughts are that's 2 trips Leipzig's made to Glasgow, and their arses pulled it on both occasions.
Leipzig don't like coming to Glasgow, that is for sure. Celtic got the third goal with Hatate. He tapped in a Gulachi fumble. Wasn't great for the keeper, but it's a decent finish for Hatate. I mean, he also had a couple of chances in the game to score as well. Kyogo had chances. Maida had chances. The front three, I think we can all agree this is the best front three now that Celtic have. Maida, Kyogo, Kuhn. I don't think it's debatable anymore.
Oh, absolutely. It's these three, no two ways about it. It has to be. I mean, who else can even make a claim?
I mean, Yang came on and even he had a good chance that he unfortunately couldn't hit the target, but it was another well-worked attack for Celtic, and on another day, if Yang was a bit more accurate, he could have scored. The link-up, Kyogo and Kyogo just worked really well together. Kuhn, every time he got a touch of the ball, he looked dangerous, whether he was going to go on and score or create a really good chance and, get an assist. He just, every time he picked up the ball, he looked like he was going to be a threat to the Red Bull Leipzig defence. And Hatate did get that third goal. Then Maida got a fourth late on, but I believe it was given offside. Not much in it, but probably the correct decision, I think.
It was definitely the right decision. It was a yard, half a yard off. No lines really needed for that one, but I tell you what.
But had they got it, like it would not have been an unfair scoreline. I think 4-1 was probably more fair than 3-1.
Yeah, and I think tonight's result guarantees Celtic through. And I tell you what, I think it opens the door for a potential top 8 finish.
No, it absolutely does, and I mean, other than that defeat against Dortmund, what a Champions League campaign Celtic are having. That draw against Atalanta, great result tonight. They blew away that shitey team, Slovan Bratislava, or Celtic made them look shite, maybe shiter than they actually are. And you look at some of the teams that Celtic are ahead of in the Champions League, and these are teams that have all played 4 games each. Celtic are ahead of AC Milan, Real Madrid, PSV, Girona, Bologna, Red Bull Leipzig. So Celtic are above all these teams, and Celtic are level on points with the following teams that have also played 4 games. Lille, Bayer Leverkusen, Juventus, Manchester City. Celtic, and they've got 2 games at home that you'd expect to win. That would put them on 13. And then you're wondering, how many points do you think you'll need to finish in the top 8? Can Celtic realistically do this? if Celtic pick up the 2 wins that they're expected to win and then pull off one more upset victory, I mean, they could find themselves in the top 8 here.
Yeah, I think you'll need, and for top 8, I think you'll need about, I mean, at least over 16. And like you said, if you win your 2 expected games and 1 more, you can easily do that.
Can you recall off the top of your head who Celtic have still to play? Or?
Yes, Young Boys, Zagreb, Villa, and Club Brugge. I mean, look at those 4 games. I mean, they're all winnable.
No, I mean they are literally all winnable. Maybe I wouldn't expect them to beat. I wouldn't expect them to beat Villa, but I think that they should win the 2 home games, and I wouldn't rule them out going to Croatia and beating Dynamo Zagreb. Celtic could guarantee themselves a top 8 finish before they even play Aston Villa.
Yeah, I agree, which is unthinkable.
This has got potential to go down as one of probably Celtic's greatest Champions League campaign, would you say, of all time?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I know they had some really good results where they've got into the last 16. They've had some good wins against Barca and stuff like that. But I mean, if they can finish in the top 8, then I mean that's Brendan Rodgers. You know, he got it wrong last year, but he seems to be getting it right this year. Other than that defeat against Dortmund, showing Aberdeen who the best team in Scotland truly is at 6-0, dominating Rangers earlier in the season. I mean, Brendan Rodgers, he's got it right this season. Other than that Dortmund result, he can't have many negatives.
No, absolutely not. I mean, obviously drew against Aberdeen, but hell, I don't think many people are going to cry about that. At the end of the day, I mean, they've got a load of winnable Champions League games coming up, then an Old Firm final, which is only going one way.
Yeah, no, a great performance. Definitely, I think Celtic's best European performance in, I would have to imagine, at least a decade. Probably close to, 15 years, 20 years? We're probably talking the best European performance / result since the Strachan O'Neill days.
I'd say so, because even when they beat Barca, I mean, yeah, it's great beating Barca, but, you know, it was a backs to the wall, 16% possession game.
Yeah, but tonight, this was like the first half of the Real Madrid game, but only they got the result to back up the performance.
Aye, so 3 points are all that matter. No complaints. I mean, I'm not going to pretend they were awful or say Leipzig were shite, and they were a much better team and they deserved to win.
Just doing what Rangers did, eh?
That's it. No John Lundstrom, though.
Nope, but Nicholas Kuhn, I think, could be the best on earth after that performance tonight. So that's where we're going to end it, guys. Player ratings to come, fan reaction to come. Celtic with a great 3-1 win tonight. And in my eyes, that books them into the next round. I know mathematically they haven't done it, and I guess we don't know how many points you need mathematically to secure a qualification place, but I'd be shocked with Celtic's remaining fixtures if they don't get enough points to go through now. It'd be a big fumble. If Celtic don't win this, if Celtic do not get through now from this position, it would be a massive fumble. It would be a disaster for Brendan Rodgers. But they will go through, and they'll do it comfortably. They should beat Young Boys. I think they'll beat Bruges. I even probably give them the win against Dynamo Zagreb away. They could easily pick up 9 points at the next 3 games, and then Aston Villa will be a tough step for Celtic. I would probably say Aston Villa will be the best team that they face. I think Villa and Dortmund are pretty close in terms of their abilities, so the Villa game will be tough, but if Celtic perform like this, then they can give them a game. Or if they perform the way they performed against Atalanta, they can also give them a game. And considering that they'll be going to England, they'll be going to Villa Park, they'll probably need a performance similar to the one in Italy rather than the one tonight. But best team in Scotland, they proved that for I don't know how many years now, and they proved that they were good enough to beat the second best team in Germany according to the Bundesliga. So yeah, great result for Celtic, great result for Brendan Rodgers, fantastic performance for Nicholas Kuhn. Really showed that he is a quality player. And could he be the next one to leave Celtic on a big money transfer? They want to keep him, obviously, but if he keeps putting performances like this in, especially in Europe's finest competition, then I'm sure other clubs will come calling. Anyway, guys, that is it for Fog Football. We'll catch you in the next one. Let us know your thoughts down below. Is this the best Celtic Champions League performance of all time? Is it the best in the past 20 years? Let us know how good you believe this is, and we'll see you next time. That's it. Till then, though, peace.